Good day everyone. Now I want to discuss of you the ellipse. So an ellipse is the set of all points in a plane, the sum of whose distances from two fixed points is constant. These 2 points are called the foci. The midpoint of the segment connecting the foci is the center of the ellipse. The standard form of the equation of an ellipse with center at the origin and major and minor axes of length 2a and 2b, where a and b are positive and a squared greater than b squared is x squared over e squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1, or x squared over b squared plus y squared over e squared equals 1. The vertices are on the major axis. A units form the center. The foci are on the major axis. C units form the center for both equation. B squared equals E squared minus C squared. So, example, graph and locate the foci. 25x squared plus 16y squared equals 400. So, solution. We begin by expressing the equation in standard form because we want one on the right side. We divide both sides by 400. Then b squared equals 16. This is the smaller of the two numbers in the denominator. Then e squared equals 25. This is the larger of the two numbers in the denominator. The equation is the standard form of an ellipse equation with a squared equals 25 and b squared equals 16 because the denominator of the y squared term is greater than the denominator of the x squared term. The major axis is vertical. Then, another solution. Based on the standard form of the equation, we know that vertices are 0 and e negative a and 0 positive a because a squared equals 25, a equals 5. Thus, the vertices are 0 and negative 5 and 0 equals and positive 5. Now, let us find the endpoints of the horizontal minor axis according to the standard form of the equation. These endpoints are negative b and 0 and b and 0 because b squared equals 16, b equals 4. Those the endpoints are negative 4 and 0 and 4, 0. Finally, we found the foci which are located at 0, negative c, and 0, c. Because b squared equals e squared minus c squared. E squared equals 25 and b squared equals 16. We can find c as follows. So, c squared equals e squared minus b squared equals 25 minus 16 equals 9. So, because c squared equals 9, c equals 3. The foci 0 and negative c and 0 positive c are located at 0, negative 3 and 0, positive 3. Sketch the graph shown by locating the endpoint, the major and the minor axes. So, the standard form of equation of ellipses is centered and HK. So, this is the standard form. So, you can see this one equation. This is the equation, center, major axis, foci, and vertices. So, In order to graph the ellipse, we need to know its center, h and k. In the standard form of centered at h and k, h is the number subtracted from x and k is the number subtracted from y. So, this is x minus e squared with h minus 1. This. Then this is the y minus k squared with h equals negative 2. We see that h equals 1 and k equals negative 2. Thus, the center of the ellipse h and k is 1 and negative 2. We can graph the ellipse by locating endpoints of the major and minor axes. To do this, we must identify a squared and b squared. So, b squared equals 4. This is the smaller of the two number in the denominator. Then, e squared equals 9. This is the larger of the two numbers in the denominator. Then, the larger number is under the expressing involving y. This means that the major axis is vertical and parallel to the y-axis because e squared equals 9, e equals 3, and the vertices lie 3 units above and below the center. Also because b squared equals 4, b is equals 2, and the endpoints at the minor axis lie 2 units to the right and left of the center. We categorize this observation as follow. So, center 1 and negative 2. Vertice, so 1 and negative 2 plus 3 equals 1 and 1. So, endpoints of minor axis, 1 plus 2 and negative 2 equals 3 and negative 2. Then, with b squared equals e squared minus c squared, we have 4 equals 9 minus c squared, and c squared equals 5. So, the foci are located square root 5 units above and below the center at 1 and negative 2 plus square root 5 and 1 and negative 2 minus square root 5. So, find the standard form of the equation of the ellipse centered at the origin with foci 0 and negative 3, 0 and 3, and vertex 0, negative 5, 0, negative 0, positive 5 rather. Solution. A equals 5 and C equals 6. So, 3 equals square root of 25 minus b squared. Then, 9 equals 25 minus b squared. B squared equals 16. So, this is the final answer. So, x squared equals 16 plus y 12 equals 25 equals 1. So,